TOMz.
I said TOMz
is in the building.
I said TOMz
is in the building.
And we the best, we the best.
We're the baddest team.
And we the best, we the best.
We're the baddest team.
We are the baddest right about now. Sanbonan Lapamakaya. Welcome to another fresh episode of Teenagers on a Mission. Konalago SABC 1, Mzansi for sure.
Definitely now you can see I know the kid who grand boy.
I'm too fresh, too nice.
Right, now you have to see TOMz telling Letela nothing but the very best when it comes to edutainment. Stick it to our topics abalaya kululana emhlabeni.
So namhlanje basikhuluma topic esagcina kudala ukukhuluma ngayo nentwana viruses. Yazi ukuthi khona abantu la emhlabeni abaphila ngamagciwane each and every day. So we need to actually talk about it.
Definitely, that's why TOMz eThekwini conference yabantu phela abaphila nalo leli gciwane lele HIV. Futhi ke thina azokuthini sithi no myths, no stigma, sithi just support.
Why sisamile la?
Why? Hey. Here's what's coming up on today's episode of TOMz. Living with the virus brings many challenges, but that doesn't mean it's impossible to overcome them and still have a great and exciting life. Download with someone who's done just that and see our time at the conference. What is the AIDS Consortium? HIV has been around for a long time. Let's take a look at how it developed in the past. Now, there's a lot that could still be done to counteract the negative effects of HIV. And what if HIV/AIDS access wasn't available in SA? I get abashwe. I got my friends to figure this out. Let's come on now on our Facebook and Twitter pages. So let's do you think it's fair to discriminate against people living with HIV? No, it is absolutely not fair, and people that discriminate against people living with the virus need to be prosecuted. No, it is absolutely not fair. Now guys, keep those comments coming in on Facebook and on Twitter. Facebook.com/TOMz. On Twitter, we are simply at TOMz_SABC_1. With that said, it's time for us to say school and system. So what's one up? Let's partake.
Sure, boy.
Yeah.
Fede?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm good. What's your name?
It's called Makawol.
Okay, so I don't know, boy. What is HIV and AIDS?
HIV and AIDS is a human immune virus that affects people as a disease.
It's a virus that cannot be cured.
HIV and AIDS kukwabelana ngesondo unga nomuntu one HIV ungayuzanga protection.
I-HIV and AIDS yi-virus ehamba ngegazi and then xa ifika apha kuwe emzimbeni izigquma ngee-proteins ingabonakali xa ingena. Once ifike kuwe emzimbeni i-destroya everything. Fanele ukhawuleze ufumane i-ARVs kuze zizithomalalise before it get worse. So uzofake yanyukela khuphuka.
Why is it important for us to actually educate abantu ngale virus le?
Indlela singasuleleki sonke abanye bakwazi support
ngona bangafumani izinto abanye sebefumene.
They must use protection when they go to bed.
Isifo sikagawulayo sitholakala emhlabeni jikelele, every city, every nation, and baningi abantu abaphila ngale gciwane day to day. Khona manje asami sithola kabanzi ukuthi kuyenzakalani in the world of HIV and AIDS in South Africa.
HIV/AIDS has in fact grown in South Africa, with KZN and Mpumalanga being identified as the key provinces to be most affected. It has become a virus which spreads so rapidly that issues surrounding it arise every single day. It is for this reason that events such as the 2016 AIDS conference in Durban are hosted so as to facilitate discussions with key role players from around the world. One of the many studies on AIDS say the oldest HIV virus jumped from animals to humans in the 1940s. In the 70s, a man from Kinshasa gave blood for a study on blood diseases, and later it came out that his blood contained HIV. In 1986, a global education campaign was initiated to respond to what had quickly become an epidemic. And a year later, the first antiretroviral drug was approved in the United States. I got my friends ukuthi TB and HIV are so closely linked. Futhi ke manje doctor babona ukuthi kahle uma une TB kumele uteste for HIV.
Yeah, most definitely. Did you guys know that? If you're Nyazi, let us know on our social media pages. We're going to take a short ad break. We'll be back.
TOMz. TOMz.
Welcome back to the best of the best when it comes to sci tech edutainment. TOMz Roger on SABC 1 Mzansi for sure.
Most definitely. Today's topic is quite serious. Inspired. Well, since I've taken point, met up with this guy Lawrence, who actually motivated me in fact. He was the first guy to actually come out in his community about his status, and he was telling me how he overcame everything. I was blown away.
Damn, that's called a right? Of course you do. You haven't seen a regular.
Running the streets of Durban is your boy CADY, pronounced Caddy. Today's mission, we're at the AIDS conference by Fetu to discuss what it's going to combat the disease. But right about now, we're going to meet a gentleman who actually was the first to publicly disclose his status. It's you and me in this mission. That's my get. So, Baba. So, Baba, today you are on a mission.
Okay.
Yes, so you're going to be hanging out with me in Amhlanje.
I'm happy to do that.
Okay, so Baba, ngasitshela ukuthi ubani and ubuya.
Okay, we're the Lavela
Yes.
in Limpopo.
Yes.
It's a Waterberg district municipality.
Yes.
Yebo.
Okay, so we believe Guti, you're the first person in Limpopo to disclose your status in Pagatin.
Yeah, as a male,
Yeah.
a male, yes.
Yes.
I'm the first male in the province to come out with HIV status from 1995.
Yes.
Yebo.
So you're part of an organization?
Yeah,
You're a
I'm-
director of an organization?
No, I'm the provincial coordinator Kunapwa, the National Association of People Living with HIV and AIDS back home in Limpopo.
Okay. Okay, so you're invited to the AIDS conference. Tell us about the AIDS conference and what role are you playing there?
You know, I was here back in 2000
Yes.
to break the silence international conference that was held here in Durban. And now we are again back here after 16 years, just to review on the progress made by a government. However, we as people living with HIV and AIDS, we are just concerned that there's lack of consultation within a government and a civil society in trying to address our issues, because what is happening at the AIDS conference, there are a lot of people that attend the conference, but now people living with HIV and AIDS, the beneficiaries of these programs are left behind. People come here and present a understanding about not actually getting it from us. So we were also disappointed that there's a lot of decline in scholarships granted to people living with HIV and AIDS are consequent. And the other thing that we're expecting to have a traditional practitioner forming part of a plenary go this AIDS conference to say what is it that they can do to assist the government.
Yes.
One of the biggest NGO networks in South Africa that gets to help people with HIV is the AIDS Consortium. It was founded in 1992 and now serves over 200 other members that are also in the HIV and human rights sector. There is also the HIV/AIDS Alliance. They are an international organization, and the AIDS Consortium links them in South Africa. Bapinde futhi represented the network on the South African National AIDS Council, or SANAC, which contributes to helping South Africans living with AIDS in a unique way.
Okay, so do you think the AIDS conference is creating enough awareness?
I think from what I've been listening to most of the speakers, most of the speakers are about the young people, not only in the country, globally so.
Yes.
So everyone is talking about putting more money so that we are able to reach out to young people. That is left unto us as activists to say, do we really complement all those efforts that people might have put on? To say, this is the funds, go out there and do work, reach out to those young people. That is left unto us. But you know, I can tell you that this AIDS conference now is a success so far.
And why is it a success?
It's a success because of, you know, if you have the deputy president of a country saying today here it ends, we don't want to see that, we don't want to see new infection, we're going to put more resources. You listen to other ministers from other departments within the very same country and even outside countries saying this is how we are going to approach this whole process here, HIV and AIDS, going back to our own countries. To me, it's a success.
Yes.
We can't say there's a political will, let's put it that way.
Yes.
There's something that has been lacking, but now there's a political will.
The fact that, Tina, as a country, we're coming together and we're discussing this issue is amazing.
Really, it is. Though when we sit like this, it's not only in the AIDS conference that we are discussing this.
Yeah.
Even Kuma AIDS Council, civil society, we are vocal about these things.
Yes.
And our government is listening to us.
Even on TV right now.
Even now on TV, young people like you,
Yes.
you see.
Yo, again, naniyazibona bafethu kahle kahle. Ukuphila nigcwane kanje is not a sentence to an unhappy life. Kodwa lo mtshito lo actually shows us that it's possible to overcome adversity daily.
Yes, and we all can get there with all the support, right, Ndwana? Just imagine if bagingekho treatment ye-HIV and AIDS la eMzansi.
Yo, angeke uyazi ukuthini deep kakhulu leyo. Kodwa ke so digite kabanzi after this quick commercial break. Right now though, quick ungakhali phela sebuye emva kwey'tolo. Hayi bo ukhalelani?
TOMz. TOMz.
Welcome back to TOMz, watching SABC One. I'm Zanti for sure.
I'm still here, my boy. Well, guys, here's the HIV and AIDS is a reality to a lot of people. We met up with Umchita, who's fighting it. Now, if it's Lapika, you can live a healthy and full life if you are dedicated. Otherwise, we've learned to we can smash the stigma in the face.
Definitely. Now later on in the show, so if people didn't have access to AIDS treatment, let's take it back to Durban.
How did you find out about your status?
Traditionally, so something wrong, but there's nothing that I can do to assist you. But in any way, I'll give you a help that will just carry on for a bit. Okay. But I can't promise that they're secure because I see something very seriously wrong with you. I didn't believe in that. I took those herbs for some time. I was bad. Then I was terminally ill again. I have to be admitted in the hospital, diagnosed with TB. And after having that TB, it's when I was tested in the hospital without even getting counseling.
Yes.
And then the result came back. It was on the 15th of October 1995. The result came back to say I'm HIV positive. And by that time, it wasn't even HIV positive, it was AIDS. The doctor says that you have AIDS, and it was shocking to me, like, oh, now this is the situation that I find myself. But then I was left to make a decision by myself. So I have to undergo sessions of counseling, being psychological, so because of my situation.
Yes.
And then after finding out that, okay, this is how you can live with HIV, I have to join a support group.
Now, Durban is the place to be when it comes to groundbreaking changes. In 2000, Durban hosted the AIDS 2000 conference, which was an international get-together of all sorts of delegates on AIDS and the first to be held in a developing country. Now, the conference lana is a break the silence on AIDS and was a watershed in the history of the HIV epidemic lana eMzansi. This great city had a second chance to host a conference which continually builds knowledge and supports on AIDS in the Southern Africa.
Tell us more about the support group.
Yeah, a support group helps me a lot because support group, that's where you need people, you meet people who have been in this field.
Yes.
I'm a social worker, I'm a health worker. And fortunately, I had this lady, Batu Anna Maisa. It's one of the ladies that came out with it since 1982.
Yes.
One motivator just to be with them to support groups. And I ended up being a facilitator with a support group.
Yes.
So it was easy for me to accept a condition now. Though the problem that we want to face is a community.
Yes.
But then, a community, then I have to make the choice to say, am I going to allow stereotypes, the community to stop me from moving forward or what? Then in the corner, it's all about me.
Yes.
Let me speak to my partners that I had. My partners, I tried to speak to some of them, they never listened. Denial, I understood that, but I have to make a choice. I have to go public in the status.
So I went public and said, son, there is HIV out there, and if one doesn't accept and seek help, one can end up having a problem. Yes.
How did that make you feel after? Because I mean, umphakathi with all the stereotypes, the negative talks, and where did you get the power to carry on?
You know what, after disclosing, I felt that the burden that I've been carrying for all these years has now been lifted. I knew the family was not going to accept that easily, so but because of the support in the it was very easy. It was very easy. Instead of me having been discriminated by my own family, there are a lot of people from outside the family that came in to support me.
Yes.
That's how I managed. So it's support HIV. I take it from the family. If you have the family support, then you are able to live with HIV before you even look out to the community.
Yes.
But what plays a very big role is for you as a person to accept the condition and the challenges that you have to live with.
Yes.
Yeah.
So obviously there were a lot of challenges after. Umphakathi, going to the hospitals, taking medication. How was that?
You know, ever since Miko Support Group, I was trained as a counselor. And in that support group then, I end up working within the clinic as a support group facilitator. So we didn't have a challenge of accessing treatment. There were no drugs by that time. But the partnership that we have in the clinic assists us a lot. Because we still have the strongest support group that we never had in Ikuku province, even today.
Wow.
You know, there's an organization that I come from, which is still run by people living with HIV and AIDS that came after me. There's also a traditional practitioner, because most of the communities, most of the people that come into support groups, first people that they meet is a traditional practitioner. So we need to forge a partnership now so that they are able to understand that, okay, HIV and AIDS is there, there's no cure now. We need to capacitate in the traditional practitioners so that they don't end up prescribing wrong medications or herbs to these people.
Yes. A advice to people who are HIV out there, what they can do to live a better life?
Yeah, you know, to all people living with HIV and AIDS, TB out there, what I can say, there's now treatment. There's no turning back. Use all available state resources, services that are made unto you to live a healthy life.
Yes.
Keep the virus to yourself, then share it. You must own that virus, live a positive life.
Yes.
Once you have a positive mind, you can conquer HIV. See? And to young people out there, I'm saying it stops with me. I don't want to be part of a session again with young people who are infected. It has to stop with me where I'm seated with you now.
Yes.
So I'm saying again to young people, they must understand that triple C's, it's not taking us anywhere. It's cell phone, car, and cash. They must just avoid that. Live with what they have. They mustn't go after sugar daddies, because that's where the problem is.
Maphela abantu he ake bafethu sifikele futhi leso sikhathi la sivakashela wena lapha ekhaya esikoleni sakho. Wena if uyayibona ke lapha ekhaya, simply do the right thing by simply tagging yourself on our social media platforms, because sikhulu kanjalo on Facebook na Twitter bafethu sikhona. Noma ke uma usafuna TOMz is esikoleni sakho, then all you have to do is simply drop us an email on tomz@sabc.co.za. For now though, let's see what went down.
Hello. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, fine, thanks.
Ne right? Okay guys, ngifuna ukunibuza nayazi HIV and AIDS. Nayazi. Wangathi nishaye nje.
Siyayazi.
Okay. Nayazi guys, it's a very deadly virus, English, and it's growing, especially ebantwini abasha, right? So guys, nayazi it's very important for us to actually educate ourselves about this virus, English, so that we can sivikela abanye abantu ukuthi bangayitholi, ne? So guys, niyazi ukuthi ningafunda kanjani about this virus?
Siyayazi.
Kanjani?
We can go through i-network, internet.
Yeah.
Yes, esikolweni, esincwadini.
Yeah. Okay guys, so ezinye izinto engingaziyenza ne library. Read books about HIV and AIDS. You guys can go on websites. You can actually Google HIV and AIDS and learn about the awareness with HIV and AIDS. And it's very important for us, it's very important for us to learn about this virus. Because it's very deadly, especially futhi ebantwini abancane ne seyakhula kakhulu. Njengoba sishilo bafethu ukuthi ziningi izinto esingaziyenza la emhlabeni to help those who suffer from HIV and AIDS. I wonder the future izoba kanjani yazi basinganceda labantu. Check this out.
African countries will increase their investments in the fight against AIDS. The United Nations recommends spending up to 3% of government revenue on the AIDS response. There will be even stronger goals to eliminate new HIV infection kubantwana. Abantu besimama abakhulelwe will have access to ARVs to save both the mother and the child. And access to HIV treatment will increase in general as more people become aware. Now, through the episode of Face Sports kahle kahle kubaleka kanani for abantu abaphila negciwane ukuthi sihlale njalo siba supporter. Mina ngisayibutha kahle kahle, what if there was no access to treatment or support?
The treatment of HIV among people who have it helps them to manage the disease and give more control to abantu who have it and been diagnosed. It gives them a chance to live longer, happier lives and provides extra support they need. Easy access to treatment also means that once one treatment is finished, it's easy to obtain more. This makes it possible to finish cycles of ARVs, which is very important in treatment. Without access, there would be serious mismanagement of the virus, and abantu who have it will not necessarily be able to live lives as long and full. Aha mfethu TOMz iniphathele indaba ezimnandi khona lapha emakhaya.
Njalo kayibetha leyazi sinombele sethanda ukuphisa nangokufika ixesha lokhu.
So when lapha ekhaya ufune idea episode ufuna uyibona khona la ku TOMz, all you have to do is
send us the idea bafethu, and if it's fresh and brilliant, we'll make it a TOMz official episode khona la ku SABC 1.
And not only that, kaloku bethu you get a goodie bag as well as keep us up to TOMz 1.
So when lapha ekhaya, all you have to do is send through your ideas on Facebook, which is facebook.com/TOMz. On Twitter, we are simply @TOMz_SABC_1. Unfortunately, my friends, we've come to the end of the show. Thank you so much for tuning into TOMz njengenhlala iyenza. You can find us on our Facebook and Twitter pages 24/7 silap.
If our yazi Twitter pages and Facebook, on Twitter we're TOMz_SABC_1. On Facebook it's TOMz. But until next time, we love you.
Goodbye. Here's what's coming up next time on TOMz. Uvulani is a man who made it his mission to teach youngsters how to code. Plus, he gets to run it as his own business. Kodwa ke kahle kahle isoftware iyini and how do we use it? See how these incredible processes actually started out. Let's take a look at the future, knowing what these skills actually can do. Learning code is within everyone's reach. You can start learning right now. Kodwa ke, what if you were a computer programmer? Sifuna ukwazi. Ungakhohlwa ukubukela TOMz every Monday and Tuesday at 4 p.m. khona la ku SABC 1 Mzansi for sure.